13 days until Election Day here in Wisconsin.
And today we have a new snapshot into the race for governor just hours after our exclusive primetime Democratic debate. Political director Matt Smith is back to break down those new numbers. Matt.
All right, guys, it is all in a new Marquette poll and a widening lead for Francesca Hong, the Democratic Socialist in this Democratic primary. Let's bring in Charles Franklin, the director of the Marquette Law School poll. You are a busy man, 2 weeks, 2 polls. What is the revelation in this brand new poll out today?
I think the big headline is that Hong has expanded her lead from where it was a week ago to 38% now from 26% last week. And if you put in the people who lean to a candidate, that goes up to 46%. She's up across the board in every demographic.
So as we look at this, yes, there are 34% undecided, but this is a 22-point lead now between the #1 candidate and the #2 candidate. The other three, David Crowley, Joel Brennan, Kelda Royce, all in single digits. We're less than 2 weeks out. Can any of these candidates catch up to, or at least what we're seeing from this snapshot?
What I think is lacking on the folks that aren't for Hong is that they've not consolidated around anyone. Mandela Barnes is consistently in second place, but fairly distant second, and Crowley in third place, again, a good ways behind Barnes. So if there was a chance for the other candidates to sort of get a new competitor, I haven't seen that happening in these data. We just don't see anybody making a big move up except for Francesca Hong.
You went into the poll because of all the chaos in this primary. The Lieutenant Governor, Sarah Rodriguez, getting out, David Crowley getting back in with the endorsement of Governor Tony Evers. And you asked people about it. I guess people are starting to pay attention because they had heard about this endorsement, right?
62% said they'd heard about it, and 36% said it made them more likely to vote for Crowley. But that didn't mean they all voted for Crowley. Crowley is only at 7%, not 36% say more likely. The key here is that Democrats like Tony Evers a whole lot, 89% job approval. But that doesn't mean they're going to leave the candidate they were supporting to go in the direction he's suggesting.
And we're going to talk about the debate in a second, but first this undecided number, this 34%. There isn't a guarantee that these people are going to go out and vote and back a candidate, is there, at this point?
Less than 2 weeks to go and you're still undecided. That's a pretty good suggestion that maybe you're just not into this race and you'll sit it out. When we ask people if you had to choose, what would you do? That number goes down to 14% undecided or unwilling to lean. So there's still some room for fluid movement there, but it's pretty small, and when you do discount for who won't show up, it's probably smaller than, certainly smaller than 34, down in that 14 range or even less.
This poll was in the field before last night's debate. I'm curious your takeaways from what you saw the candidates on the stage. This was the only time all 5 will be on stage in a television debate ahead of the primary.
I think the big takeaway is that for voters who were just paying attention to the debate last night, this may well be the first time they've seen some of these 5 candidates. And so it was an important chance for those voters to get some information about these folks that they hadn't had before. As for changing people's minds, I think we didn't see anything last night where anybody either scored a spectacular knockout or a terrible collapse.
And is that just campaign preparation or strategy, or we had talked about in preparation for this where the candidates going to go after each other, and we really didn't see that?
No, you didn't, and that's a, you know, in some sense a deliberate strategy that attacking another Democrat may not help you within your party. We've seen campaigns in which 2 Democrats or 2 Republicans just decimate each other, and it doesn't do any of them any good. But on the other hand, where do you find a breakout moment with just 2 weeks to go? Last night was an opportunity, and nobody really took it.
I'll let you give your asterisks. Does this poll, what does this tell us in this moment of time? Is this going to predict that Francesca Hong is going to win? Can you go there yet? I
think she has a clear lead, and you'd be foolish not to say that. There are some things that could shift the margins a good bit. Like voters over 60 usually turn out at the highest level. They're currently the least decided of any group. So there are some chances for a high turnout group to make some last-minute decisions and shift the race around. But Time is ticking.
Yeah, and that age group, the 60-plus, Francesca Hong does not do as well in that age group compared to the younger generations.
That's where she's the weakest. She's only getting 14% with them, but she's getting over 70% with those under 30.
All right, another fascinating snapshot. Charles Franklin, director of the Marquette Law School poll. Charles, like always, thank you.
Thank you.
In-person early voting is underway. You can get your phones out, scan the QR code on your screen. Takes you right to the Voter Guide in the 12 News app. We have a list of the key dates and deadlines for the primary, how to check what is on your ballot, and where to vote. And if you missed last night's debate, you can still watch it. It's posted multiple locations, the 12 News app, as well as our 12 News Facebook and YouTube pages. Guys.